we got Indiana this week. Did what they do to Michigan State catch your attention? What did you think as they get ready to come in here this week?
It didn't really catch my attention. I mean, we kind of knew that Indiana was good from last year, but just watching a little film on them now, I mean, they have a really good team.
You had sort of mentioned, I think, this briefly last week, just about some of the other good teams in the Big Ten, and that the Big Ten is playing well as a conference. Do guys care about that? Do you care if the other teams in your conference are good? Do you care if people think the Big Ten is good, or do you only care about if they think Ohio State's good?
Well, it's kind of a hard question, but yeah, I mean, we do care if the Big Ten is good. I mean, those are teams we have to play. We love to play good teams. That does nothing but make us better. But as far as like the country recognizing the Big Ten or not, it doesn't really matter. Just as long as those teams are good. Those teams don't really need people to say that they're good or not. As long as they are going out there playing their hardest, that's all that really matters.
So do you like that Michigan is good?
I love it. It makes it even better when we go play them and beat them.
Chris, you mentioned last year's game against Indiana with one 28-point exception. All the recent games against Indiana have been tight. Is there a common thread in those games?
No, not really. I mean, when they play us, when a lot of teams play us, they give us their best shot, and there's nothing more you can ask for. When we play them, they play their hardest, and we have to do the same.
Their offense for the past few years has been something else from a numbers standpoint. You said you watched a little bit of film on them. What's the reason for that, do you think?
I mean, they have a really good offensive line, good skilled players around them. Actually, one of their starting running back is from my high school, so I kind of know him a little bit. But I mean, they just play really hard, and they have some good talent on that team.
How good is Divine? I mean, what do you remember about him?
Really hard runner. He's a one-cut guy, and he's trying to get downhill as quick as possible. So that's another test for us. Playing against another good running back. So we'll see.
Yeah, have you spoken with? I mean, does a guy like that usually have a little bit more of a chip on his shoulder when he plays in Ohio State, though, since he isn't here and you are? You know what I mean, Chris?
I mean, I don't really know.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question. You have to ask him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's happy with how he's doing right now, but whether he wanted to come here or not, I mean, I really have no clue. But he does play really, really hard. I mean, if you ever get a chance to watch him on film, I mean, he does play hard. So we're excited to play him.
Have you watched any video on them yet? I mean, did you watch them the other night? Is there anything that jumps out about them offensively this year that you didn't see a year ago or 2 years ago?
I think this year they're more run-minded. They really emphasize running the ball this year. The last few years, I believe they've been a more pass-heavy offense. So it's a little bit of a transition, preparing for them, but it's something that we have to do.
What was your reaction when you saw that they beat Michigan State?
I wasn't really surprised, in this college football game, I mean, anybody can get beat any Saturday, but that's how it went down.
Do you think that's a testament